People have got to come and see what we've got to believe what we've got. Once you've been, you'll come again.
Wherever you go, you hear stories, and the stories are about newness, whether it's about new transport links going in, whether it's about new housing going in, new industries going in, changes in the types of businesses that are coming into the towns and the villages within the Tees Valley.
Look at Hartlepool. Next year it's going to have the tall ships race, 1 million people coming. Middlesbrough is now becoming a centre for arts. Darlington, in a sense, is the heartland of the railways, and all around us agricultural land and very beautiful countryside.
We've got an area that's got a terrific history, but we've got an increasing confidence about the future, and I think that's the biggest change that's happened in the Tees Valley, a growing confidence.
I think this area is on and up, and while we are going through difficult times with the recession at the moment, I think this area, perhaps more than any other, has the infrastructure to allow it to survive and grow.
I think we've been very successful. What we've done is ensure that visitor numbers to Tees Valley have grown over the last 5 years. More importantly, we've encouraged them to stay longer, spend more, and thereby create more jobs in the area.
This is about 5 local authorities all working together for a single area and promoting that area and developing that area as a single unit, which is very important.
And if you haven't discovered this part of the world yet, viewer, welcome to Middlesbrough.
The cultural transformation of the region reached a thrilling crescendo when Middlesbrough hosted Proms in the Park. Thousands came to the town centre for what was a memorable evening.
I can speak as a Teessider that we would have been laughed at if we'd said 10 years ago that we'd have been able to have a venue and a forum suitable for the last night of the Proms. There's been a real transformation in the town centre here at Middlesbrough. We've got a developing and more confident tourism, art, culture agenda, and we've made fantastic progress over the last couple of years. But there's a lot to do. I think we've got the team, the structure and the leaders to do that.
There's confidence too in the region's academic prowess.
I think the university finds itself as a world leader in a number of fields, but in particular, and I think that which we are especially known for is in digital media technologies and in games, animation and graphics. And what we seek to do for the Tees Valley and indeed for Middlesbrough is to use that expertise to work with business, to grow new businesses and to grow a new cluster. We've created a culture of enterprise here at the University of Teesside, and many of our graduates and postgraduates go on to establish their own companies, and I think that must be extraordinarily fulfilling. And within Middlesbrough, we are creating a media zone where these young businesses coming out of the university can begin to grow and develop.
Captain James Cook was born in the Tees Valley. Just a few miles from Middlesbrough, in the village of Marton, is the Captain Cook Birthplace Museum.
Not only is it a great draw for the local people in the region and people nationally, but we also get a lot of international tourists as well who sort of come on pilgrimage, particularly people from Australia and New Zealand, who come here to see the place where he was born and to visit the museum. So it is very, very important internationally.
Another place where there's been dramatic changes is at Saltholme. It's home to a new RSPB centre. £7 million has been spent turning what was a piece of industrial wasteland into a major visitor attraction.
We estimate that we will have 100,000 visits a year. Many of those people coming from outside of the Tees Valley. 100,000 visits actually puts £1 million into the local economy. All that's got to be great for jobs, for the region, and it's great here because, of course, the centre itself employs over 20 people. More than half of those people are from our doorstep anyway, so it's putting actual, real jobs for local people actually on the doorstep. Great, it's a win for everybody.
This is a very exciting day for me because I was here just, well, almost exactly a year ago. There was nothing here at all. It was pouring with rain, and it was very, very hard to imagine that this would ever become something that will be a really great resource for the local community. And I turn up today, the sun's shining, there are birds everywhere you look, and Saltholm is open. It's really good news.
It will start to address the perceptions that parts of the Tees Valley are, overloaded with industrial backdrops. And, to have a centre like this in the middle of all that speaks volumes for how clean and green the Tees Valley really is.
I don't think you can ever put a region in a box. People may think of Teesside as being an industrial area, and sure enough, there's industry here, but it's also a magnificent area for wildlife. And I think what's so exciting about here is seeing that the two can exist together and really work together. It's a great resource, as I said, for a local community, but also it's a great draw for visitors from further afield.
Middlesbrough Institute of Modern Art cost more than £15 million. It's a building which has won widespread praise. It has some of the most exciting art outside London.
We described it in the Gazette as our masterpiece because that's exactly what we see it as. And I think it's the biggest symbol of the regeneration of the town, the ambition for the town. Mima would sit happily in any advanced metropolitan city region, in any city. It would suit London, it would suit Milan, and it's just brilliant that we've got it here in Middlesbrough.